Hello, tervehdys, and welcome to this first Torbit Go Digital Skills webinar. My name is Anu Harju Myllyaho, and I'll be your host today. I'm here with my two colleagues, Päivi Hannivaara and Riikka Iivari. Päivi Hannivaara is a Generation X representative. She works in Lapland University of Applied Sciences as a senior lecturer. Her specialty is digital tourism services, and she also makes groundbreaking research in this area as a researcher at the University of Lapland. And Riikka Iivari is a representative of Generation Z, and she is especially interested of these digital tourism topics. And today we're going to hear a very interesting discussion between Riikka and Päivi concerning digital tools and digital skills in tourism services. Welcome, Päivi and Riikka.
Thank you, Anu.
Yes, thank you indeed.
And hello, everyone. First of all, Päivi, I would like to know, why do we need digitalization? What are the benefits of it?
Okay, thanks for asking. And it's so nice to meet you all here. And first of all, before I go to the question itself, I would like to have a memory side to the actual title, this Go Digital Skills, GDS, which reminds me of digitalization in tourism. It means actually also a global distribution system. And that was actually the thing that, one thing from my career, from the starting point, when I was a travel agent from the 1987, nearly 20 years before I came to academia. I mean, this is my background, and I would like to share this information with you. So actually, my business career is still longer than my academia career. So, but it's coming closer with the academia career now. And the benefits, did you ask them, Riikka? So yeah. What are the benefits? Okay. First of all, it's very important that you are visible. So you need to exist, because tourism is a global business. We need to know about your business, and when you are digitalized, we will see whenever, if we come from Finland, for example, we will find your information. So you are found in the internet. Then it's about the availability. So when you are available, then we are able to purchase something for you. We are selling your products and services for me, for example. And then it's about accessibility. So accessibility is a really wide content in general, but actually it means that you are accessible physically in your destination, but also accessible digitally. So I think that Riikka will quite certainly benefit from this, that you are accessible digitally, because she will be more interested to know about your services and your products, and perhaps what the other customers are talking about your business. And then it's a responsibility. You need to be responsible for your own business, for your partners, for your staff, for your customers, whatever, wherever you are doing your business. So responsibility comes from this, that you are accessible, visible, and available. How does this sound to you, Riikka?
Sounds very accurate. Yes, I believe that's very true.
Yeah, nice to hear that from you.
Okay, then at its best, how can digitalization help improve micro, small, and medium-sized companies in their operations?
Yeah, it's a really interesting resource because when I watched it from the inside from the company, I see that It's a resource that it makes your business transparently visible. It shows your key processes, how you are doing with them. It shows also the supportive processes which are supporting your key process. And because of these transparent processes, you are able to share knowledge inside your company. It's not only inside your company, but also to your partners and also to your customers when it's needed. And actually, it also releases your human resources. When you have digitalization as an assistant in your company, you can use your time for development, for example, or even have holidays sometimes. So this assistant is kind of taking care of your business when it's planned and executed wisely. So, and of course, this means that it keeps your company alive. And I think that this comes to the responsibility as well, and to the safety aspect as well. So digitalization will help you to stay alive, and it will save your business.
Yes, I think transparency is very important for companies to be reliable for the possible customers.
Yeah, that's a really good point, that it's about the trust. It's about the trust inside the company itself, but also how it is trusted from the outside perspective.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then how has the tourism industry already changed with digitalization, and is there something that can be expected from the future?
Yes, there are. Actually, I will come back to this transparency because digitalization will change the workflows within the company. I mean, it will also teach you how to do processes more efficiently. For example, when you have your key process, which I mean that the key process is the process that will bring the money inside to your company, and it actually brings the profit to you. So when you have this visibility and you are using digitalization to analyze, or the data to analyze your key process, it will show transparently once again that which part of the process is efficient and which is not, for example, so efficient. And if some part is even necessary in your key process. And I have some experience of this. For example, when we took in travel agency, we took an ERP, enterprise resource planning, into our system, which was taking care of the sales, which was taking care of the economy. I mean, how the money is running inside the company and how we need to deliver the money outside from the company as well. It showed we took, for example, timing from certain processes, how much time it took from the personnel and also from the ERP system. And we noticed that there are certain processes taking too much time from the personnel, and after that we had some education to do the process differently, and it was more efficient. But without this ERP system, we wouldn't have noticed that. So it kind of helped us to think our business differently and to bring more money into the business instead of doing more work. Does this make any sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And then when thinking about the future, I think that the digital tourism will be more complex in the future. There will be more businesses they will be attached to it, and we need to have collaboration and co-creation with other businesses to develop digital tourism. So it's not only about technologies, it's also about well-being, it's also about art and design. This all is going to be blurring, I mean, and that's because of you, Riikka, and the Generation Z. You value different kind of services and products what are like traditional kind of services and expected to be there. And I think that, however, though this all is going to be blurring, you need to remember that the tourism business itself and the entrepreneurs are the ones to master the business and to explain what is hospitality and what does it mean from our perspective. And the others coming to that business are the ones that need to understand and implement their actions to fit to the tourism business. So we are the ones to master, however.
Very good points.
Thanks.
So fostering digitalization can improve the visibility of micro, small, and medium-sized companies. So why is it important then to get those smaller companies to be more visible and easier to find online?
Yeah, I think, well, I know that digital tourism is actually, it's a brand action. So you are branding your business at the time when how you are found in the internet and how you are communicating and interacting with the others. I'm not only talking about customers, I'm talking about networks, because tourism is kind of a crazy business that you need to have partners all over, and you are doing the value chain or the value network for your customers and for yourself and for your partners. So it's really important to understand this brand action perspective as well, and communication and interaction. And then when you think that how can I able to do all this? So you need to think strategically that what you are doing, to whom you are doing, and why. So when you answer to these questions, you start to understand the big frame, and then you can do the operational actions that when you are doing it and with whom and how you are actually doing it, and such kind of elements. So it's very wise that you concentrate and think like feet on the ground, that what will be the next most important action to do. And because you know the business, you are the one to decide it, but also to have discussions with the experts who are neutral, I mean objective, and not selling you something. It's important. And I would refer to education institutions like we are, that we are thinking of your best, not about getting some money from you. Did I answer to your question?
Yes, you did very well.
Okay.
Excellently.
Thank you. And one more thing, I had my markings here that it's also very important that when you do your brand actions, that you are not doing it to yourself only. You are also serving your destination, your network, your customers, your staff, and yourself. And it's very wide and important element here. I recommend warmly. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. And then according to some information that I found online, digital tourism can be categorized.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about those categories and what can we learn from them?
Yeah. So can you imagine that this is really important? I've been doing tourism business for nearly 40 years. And this is something new that I learned a couple of years ago. And this made me understand that this kind of shows the tourism digital era, how it has developed from the 1980s or even earlier, and how it is doing at the moment. And it kind of shows the development and where we are heading, because you need to know and recognize the history and the development of the digitalization, that you can develop it further. Without recognizing your history, you don't know what has happened already and where we have been coming from. So it's about these three main categories. First is the e-tourism. This is actually something that we started with. It's about the pre and post actions in digitalization. We are concentrating more on marketing and sales channels and intermediation for sales. And then we are interested on the feedback. in the visibility channels, for example, and the discussion channels. So it's about this pre and post and kind of traditional way to do business. And then we jump into the smart tourism, and it's more about the on-site experience, the actual experience in the destination. And this is mobile, smartphone enhanced kind of base. And here we try to enhance the customer to use mobile for accessibility, to find information at the destination itself. And then we jump further to the metaverse tourism, which is actually something hype at the moment. And it means that we are seeking for seamless experiences. We don't actually know whether we are here online or whether we are physically somewhere. It's blurring and it's going all together. And then we are using these head-mounted glasses or something to immerse the experience. And this has also like a perspective or a deep connection to game industry and gaming industry. And now this gaming industry is actually coming into tourism, digital tourism business as well. Once again, one new business interacting with us. So these three ones are the ones, and we actually have made some data. We have been collecting data here in Lapland, Finland, and we have found out that actually there are these two first ones already here, but not that much that third one, that metaverse, but it's coming. There are tiny sites already here in Lapland as well for metaverse, for virtual tourism, one could say.
Mm-hmm. That's very interesting. Yeah. And now that things are so digitalized, I would like to ask you, how has the digitalization changed the interaction between companies and customers over the years?
Yeah, this is very relevant. When I was telling about this e-tourism, it was really company or entrepreneur perspective, what we are serving and what we are selling, and we are selling you these and these, but the customers were the ones that, okay, thank you, we will buy this what you sell. But now when we are going to these smart tourism and metaverse tourism eras, we are kind of changing the roles. We are more collaborating and co-creating with customers into tourism business, and we need to do that because the value comes from the subjective experience, and we all want to have some kind of personalized interaction or personalized services, and it doesn't come from the way that it used to be. So you need to be kind of collaborative, and the customer is I would say that the customer is kind of leading your business. What the customer is willing to have and wanting from you, you will be serving him or her. And this is something new, and that's why we are not talking about experience economy anymore. That used to be in 2010, but now in 2020, we are talking about engagement economy. So we need to have all engaged in the business and have the collaboration and interaction to know what each and everyone is willing to have. That's
Very
how I
good.
see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you agree? How do you see it, Riikka?
Yes, I agree. And it's very interesting that the customers are actually more involved, and it's almost turned upside down, and the roles have changed so much.
Yeah.
So that is interesting.
Yeah, and this is something like, wow, what I was reading actually from one of the colleagues in Finland who is making also research. And I just thought, this is just the way it used to be when I was a travel agent, and turning to the 2000, we changed the mode how to do it. And it started to turn already then, but now it's even stronger, the engagement, and it has to be there.
Yeah. So how can the companies make sure that the empathy element remains in the interaction if it happens mostly digitally?
Yeah. Actually, I would say that because we are the ones to master the business and we know what hospitality is and we know that we need to engage customers. So we are responsible to tell the ICT developers that, hey, come on, guys, we need to have this empathy and value creative elements included in the tools and platforms, what they are providing. And that is the kind of the issue now, what we need to have, that we are facing different kind of competencies and knowledge. And when we come from different branches, we need to take the charge in kind of explaining the needs we need to have. It's not, this used to be also opposite in the old days, that the ICT companies came to us that you need to have this, and we said okay. But now we are changing this, that hey, come on, this engagement economy, we need to have engagement and we need to be hospitable also in digital interaction. As hospitable as we could be physically, we should be digitally as well. And I think it comes from this, and it's also developing, and I'm really glad that we are now facing already needs that we are willing, also the business is also willing to be more empathetic and value creative in digital interaction. For example, thinking that if we are having certain amount of channels in our use, which channel would be the one to concentrate on more to person interaction, instead of, for example, another one which is more for automation and answering for frequently asked questions, or something like which is more like typical questions. But when, for example, one customer is having urgently some need to have discussion with the entrepreneur, so there needs to be a solution, an empathetic and value creative kind of channel to be reached and have discussion from person to person. And this is already seen, but no buts. But this is important. And of course, when I think that it might sound fine to listen to this, it takes resources for you to develop, always. But in the end, it will pay you back. And this is something that I just discussed quite recently in Lapland with one tourism entrepreneur. They said that during the COVID, they took a risk and applied for some development money to do some quite specific development for their traditional service. So they said that they will take it, and they succeeded in it. And actually now they are having a wonderful mobile enhanced experience within their company. And this entrepreneur told that now when it's ready, I can give that time, instead of going with the customers around that mobile tour, I can take that time to do something else to develop my company, and to do that, like not thinking that I'm not taking care of the customers, because the mobile and the other personnel can take care of them at that moment. So now it's paying back, like with that time for that entrepreneur. And they were really happy with this solution, and that guts that they went there and started to develop. And I'm really happy for them.
That's amazing. Yeah, sounds very good.
Yeah.
Then,
so,
yeah, sorry, continue.
Do you have something to ask?
I have one more question.
Okay.
If you're ready, we can move on to the last question.
Yep.
So if the companies or the entrepreneurs have a hard time with fostering their digitalization, where can they find information, or where can they find help, if there's anything that comes to your mind?
Yeah. I think I would love to do collaboration with companies in our university as well. And then there are several places where I could, for example, forward them, for example, seeking for funding or seeking for more information or even research or development actions. And because of our university, we have so many education, they are not faculties, but they are like these, how are these? Do we need to take
Schools.
a break? Schools. Yeah. So kind of we are already mixing and doing collaboration here inside, and they have also connections outside and inside. So this could be a marvelous starting point. And also with this Turbit network, all these partners, I'm sure they will help. And it would be wonderful to share experiences, how you and everyone is doing inside within this network, Inturbit network. And then maybe we can learn from each other. I'm sure we can learn from the mistakes and learn from the good practices.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. That was my last question, Päivi. Thank you so much for all the information you gave me and us.
Thank you, Riikka. And as I know that you are one of our students as well still, and we are all the time studying, like I'm studying as well still. So, and Anu is still studying. So we can also implement these questions and development tasks to our studies, perhaps.
Yeah.
So actually the students at the unis are also a wonderful resource. And please, we need to remember that as well. Thanks. That was my last point.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you,
You're
Riikka
welcome.
and Päivi. Those were excellent points that you made. I'm at least super inspired by your discussion, and we need to keep in mind that, for example, this Torbit project will provide opportunities for learning. As you mentioned, Päivi, this is very important that we upskill and reskill and keep up with the development, so we can keep up with the competition as well. And also, it is very important to collaborate with different kind of actors, whether it be development organizations or NGOs or universities or whatnot, and of course the customers.
Yeah.
So I was very happy to listen to you talking and sharing experiences and ideas. And we have to, of course, remember that we don't have to do all by ourselves. We can network and collaborate.
Yeah, that's good, Anu. And baby steps, guys. So
Yes.
we will help you to find the first baby steps or the next one. And it's you don't, the thing that is that all the competencies what you already have can be like refreshed or re-educated. That is really important competence what you already have. Now just put something on it more, but step by step.
Yes, we're all constantly learning with digitalization, so we're in this together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
All right.
Thanks,
guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.